Shall we talk then about how you're feeling ahead of the game and Jordan? Obviously, Enzo Maresca won't be on the touchline. It won't be him and McKenna going head to head. So how big is that? And how do you think this game will go? Of course, we had a great game at Portland Road on Boxing Day, a 1-1 draw. But now Enzo is going to be in the director's box. He won't be doing his normal stick. So it'd be interesting.
Yeah, he's playing it down a little bit in terms of how important it is. I think he trusts it'll be Willie Caballero, his assistant manager, who will be delivering the instructions to the team, and he said he's going to be, in contact with the bench, on the phone. But he seems to be playing down how important it is that he's not going to be there. He's going to be up in the stands. I do think it makes a difference when you've not got the authority of the manager, shouting your instructions, and it's someone else. But then again, I do think this going back, a decade now, but there was a period when Nigel Pearson was Leicester's manager where he got sent off and he ended up sitting in the stands, and then he actually stayed there because he had a better view of the game and he enjoyed, being able to when it came to half time, he had more to talk about, and he'd had a better view of the game in the first half and could make tweaks based on that. So I do think he'll find it interesting sitting high up and seeing more of the game in that aspect. But yeah, in terms of how I see the game being played out, I thought the Boxing Day game was really interesting. I thought Leicester were the better team in the first half. Probably Ipswich better first 5 or 10 minutes, and then I thought Leicester were the better team for the rest of the first half. And then gradually Ipswich grew into the game, and Leicester probably didn't quite do enough to stop them building pressure. I don't think Ipswich had a great deal of good chances, but they did let them build pressure. And when you let a team build pressure, particularly a team as confident as Ipswich are, they do have the potential to get back into the game. So yeah, I did enjoy it. I think from a Leicester perspective, I think people would be happy with the same scoreline. I think coming off the back of a defeat, there'll be a little bit. Certainly, they won't want to lose a game again. There's not, because they have been so good and they have kept winning games. There's not really been too many opportunities this season where anybody of a Leicester persuasion, whether it's fans or staff or players, have been looking over their shoulder. But I think if they were to lose 2 games in a row, and all of a sudden what was a 10-point gap is then a 4-point gap to Ipswich and a 7-point gap to Southampton potentially, then I think you start to worry a little bit. Maybe I think at the minute they're probably fine. So yeah, if they were to get a draw, keep it at 7 points, the gap between the two teams, I think everybody would feel pretty comfortable with that, with then sort of easier on paper fixtures to follow. So yeah, I think fans would take a draw, and to be honest, right now I would probably say that would probably be my prediction, that it would end the same as the Boxing Day game.